got Ice Cube finally opens up about the Katt Williams interview. Obviously, this is not super new, but this is our first time being able to talk about it because of the timing that we do on the show. So I definitely thought that we should bring it up. But Ice Cube, man, shout out to him, bro. He finally speaking up against this Katt Williams situation.
Katt was 100 on a few things. Most of what he was saying, a couple things, I just want to clarify. When we bring in a new, comedian, we do have them try out for different roles. So Ricky did give Money Mike a shot.
Ooh, ooh, that's breaking news right there, bro. Because Katt Williams had denied that vehemently. He vehemently denied that Ricky Smiley was not to say he was the original, supposed to be the original pimp, but he did try out for it. So there was some truth there. You know what I'm saying? There was some truth there.
But when we saw him and, we kind of saw how he moved and how he was, auditioning, we decided that he would be a better, Santa Claus, which was, to me, the perfect casting. When we saw Mike, damn, I call him Money Mike. When we saw Katt, when I saw him, I just knew that he was perfect for Money Mike. And, Katt, said he wrote his role, which, the role was written, but he enhanced it. This is why Katt was so dope in the movie. Money Mike had a small role, about as big as the Santa Claus role. But when we start filming, he was giving us such magic that we kept expanding his role, giving him more to do because he was on point. When we shoot these movies, for one, the scripts are fire, or they wouldn't even do it. The scripts are laugh out funny. But we shoot the script, but once we get what we need from the script, we let the comedians ad-lib, riff, play with the words, do their thing. We give them a take where they can, or 2, 3 takes where they can go off and do what they feel. Sometimes it makes the movie, sometimes it don't. When somebody gives you jewels, you want to try to make sure that makes the movie. So in the movie, there's second thing I want to clear up. I would never shoot a rape scene in a movie, especially like Friday.
I'm glad he brought this up, bro. I'm glad he brought this up because I honestly, my nigga, like when I look at Ice Cube, bro, I would like to say that he's not, because when you like this new era of like niggas getting raped in movies or wearing dresses or being feminine, to me, that's some agenda shit, right? Like that's some, like, I don't want to use the word Illuminati, maybe, but it's definitely some backdoor Hollywood type shit. And I'm glad he cleared this up because I thought, according to Katt Williams, he said that him being raped was in the script already, right? And then when he said that, I know Ice Cube wrote that movie, so I just assumed that Ice Cube. But then again, I just feel like, if you have this much power, Cube, why didn't you just erase that scene all the way out? Why did y'all have to like just make changes to it? You know how like Katt Williams ended up grabbing Terry Crews by his nuts or whatever with the pliers. Y'all could have just took that whole scene out. Why did Katt Williams have to make any adjustments? Which is weird, bro. Feel me?
Right, exactly. No, I think definitely. I feel like I fuck with Cube, but it was him and DJ Pooh who wrote the script.
Yeah.
And so I think that him writing the script, of course, like yeah, it's probably not something that he would himself put in there, but
Yeah.
this is also a film that he was doing with I want to say New Line
Mhm.
Cinema, and so you don't know exactly what they may have been trying to put inside the movie as well. And the only
Mhm.
reason I say that is because, and I may just be being biased here, but
Mhm.
Katt was very very adamant about his positioning on not doing that rape scene in
No,
the
yeah,
bathroom.
of course, of course.
And of course, this is something that's gonna like. I don't think that that's something that Ice Cube would admit to.
Mhm.
I don't think he would admit that he wrote that scene, or and maybe,
Yeah, yeah,
and I don't necessarily think that even though they're saying like, okay, there was a rape scene, I don't think that they're saying it like. I don't think Cat Williams is saying it like there was a scene where he actually was visibly being raped in the movie. I
right, right.
think it was, they probably, we never know. It could have been a scene where they just kind of, you see him in the bathroom, what's about to happen, and then they cut to the next scene, and we obviously get the hint and get the idea that Cat Williams had got raped. You know what I mean? So just the ideology and the visual of him being raped or whatever, I think is what they were trying to push. And I think he probably just changed that scene, and to his defense, he said that, I mean, he did agree, Ice Cube did agree that Cat Williams played a big part in a lot of his lines and how he portrayed the character. So his point was, Cat Williams' point was that Ricky Smiley,
Yeah,
he posed a question. Actually, he said, where, at what point in time did you audition for the part? If when he auditioned, there were already 200 comedians before him,
yeah,
which of course, like again, people will try to focus on the numbers. I'm pretty sure it wasn't a 200 comedians, and it may have been, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't
I
200
doubt it.
comedians. But him saying like he was one of the first to be a part of the role. Now maybe Ricky Smiley did audition maybe first if he had been offered
Yeah,
a part in the movie before Cat Williams, then
yeah,
okay, I can see that happening. But as far as Cat Williams saying that, it adds up in the sense of Cat Williams saying that Ricky Smiley couldn't have played the pimp, and Ice Cube just now admitted that he said that once they
right.
seen how Ricky Smiley was moving and acting, they
Mhm.
figured he'd be better for a different role.
Right.
So if he was trying out for the Money Mike that part and that audition was immediately, that was just what it was. It was an audition. Uh he didn't get to actually be dress up like the pimp. He didn't get any scenes acting like the pimp. He was just literally in the audition room trying out for the role.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree for sure. Again, I'm a take Cube word for it that he didn't add the rape scene in there, but you never know. He's still a Hollywood nigga at the end of the day. Cube has, from as far as I know, don't really got any smut on his name as far as doing some weird Hollywood-esque type shit. But then again, he's dealing with high Hollywood execs. Maybe he wasn't responsible, but maybe because I thought he was in control of the whole, for the most part, the whole kind of the way shit is moving. So if he ain't got power to take the rape out of it, that show you that there's some niggas that can linger over your head, even if you supposed to be the nigga running the project, which is kind
I
of weird.
mean, they thought there was some they had the Tupac situation with Terry Crews where he was, dancing to Tupac and kind of, eyeballing Tupac. And when you really think about it, it's like, come on, Tupac is dead. Like
Yeah,
the fact that you guys put that in the movie just shows
yeah,
that
true that.
obviously that you're okay. You're not perfect. Like, like I said, like I fuck with Cube, and I'll take his word for it. You know what I mean? If that's what he says
Yeah,
didn't happen, but it's obvious that at some points, some people's sense of humor can become distasteful, and maybe him trying to make the third Friday movie a big hit to ensure that it was a big hit, like
right.
how you were saying earlier, he felt he probably either him, maybe DJ Pooh, or maybe somebody from New Line, maybe they added onto the script or whatever, added certain things onto the script that that were a part of that. You know what I mean? But I don't think that Katt Williams would be that, would even bring that up if it wasn't something that actually happened.
Agreed. Let's finish.
Where you actually see this happening on camera. That ain't my style. If you check out any of my movies,
No way. Pause that real quick.
Hold up.
We did.
Yeah.
So he just said, and that's what I was just saying. And this is where you gotta listen to how people talk and word semantics. He just said, I would never put that in a movie where you visibly see it, or anything like that. So I just now made the point. That's what I was saying earlier. I don't think that if it was in the movie, it wasn't a rape scene, because of course that wouldn't be funny. That wouldn't be funny at all. But I think what Katt Williams was saying was that, like I said, like it was a situation where they were in the bathroom and maybe they cut to the next scene, or it becomes a situation where, following that situation in the bathroom, that Katt Williams got raped in that bathroom.
Right.
And so they just took that out. So he was probably saying that. And I think that's where maybe, and like I said, I'm just playing devil's advocate here, but maybe Cube is playing the devil's, is, you know what I mean? Is kind of playing the fence with that.
Yeah.
Saying, like, oh, I wouldn't put that visibly in the movie. Like, but
he said visibly. You see the wording, bro.
Yeah. Did you write it in the script for it to have happened?
Right.
So
interesting. You never know.
A movie called Players Club where the subject matter was a little raunchy, but for the most part, even that we left it to your imagination. So the only reason that kind of stuff is in the movie is because you have 3 villains in Friday After Next. You have Santa Claus stealing presents. You have Damon, just got out of prison, sweating. Craig and Day for the rent money. And then you have Money Mike, a pimp that treats his woman, like a property. So Craig is always fighting the villains in the movie, from the Joker brothers to Debo. And so we already had Craig fighting Santa Claus. And the only real way to get rid of the other 2 villains was to have them go against each other. And the plier joke was always in the script. It was never, we would never ever show that. That's not my style if you look at any of my movies. So that
Hey, so I gotta criticize Cuba a little bit, bro. A little bit right here, because remember he brought it up himself too, because I wasn't thinking about this. In Players Clubs, that somebody did get raped.
I was just about to say that. I was just about to say that.
You feel me? Like, so
I'm glad you pointed that out.
Yeah, so you can't sit here and
said again with the word semantics. He said even in Players Club, it was a little, certain raunchy content. But we left it to your imagination. So that's why I said the rape scene was in there, but you never see her getting raped in the scene. You just know what happens afterwards based off of the things that happened prior. I mean, after that. So yeah, it's like you could have written that into the script thinking that it was funny that the pimp gets raped, you know what I mean? In the movie. And Katt said, okay, let's just take that out. I'll make it funny without that.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So,
and then for him to say and again, slight criticism, for him to say that the pliers was already in the script, you can technically have a nigga getting raped and then him just still pull the pliers out after or something. Exactly. So that you can't try to I feel like he's trying to bury the truth here a little bit. You feel me? Low key.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I don't know, man. It's like I said, we gotta listen. You gotta listen to how people say certain things. Too.
Facts.
I don't know, Q.
Discussion. We, at that point in everybody's career, we would listen to a certain extent, but we wasn't gonna change the movie for any actor. We do what we feel, and if it was a rape scene, it would have been in the movie. was no reason not to shoot it. But that's not my style. I don't even like that kind of shit in movies on camera. And so, that was
On
He keeps saying,
camera.
he keeps saying on camera, bro. He keeps saying on camera. Like I was let's be honest, my nigga. You're going to whenever let's say you are writing a movie and you want to put a scene like that in it, you're not going to. I mean, obviously, let's make this very clear. You're not going to show like nudity or anything, but if you start showing like the act of it, or like what I'm talking, where I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Like if you show the scene of like people getting their clothes ripped off or whatever. The moment you do that, that movie has to go from a certain move, like let's say it's a rated PG-13 to a rated R. So don't act like you want it just on GP, just not show it. I think that's just for the ratings of the movie. I think you can't even do it. I don't think it's necessarily his morality saying he won't do it. I think just for the particular rating
that's what I was saying.
It's for that, bro.
It's distasteful. It's just like it wouldn't have even been good unless you did it that way. But I mean, and my thing about it is like I said, like I'll give Q the benefit of the doubt because I fuck with Q, and I feel like everybody has their own truths. Maybe Katt Williams interpreted the script a certain way when he was reading it,
right?
And maybe that was the the disagreement there. Maybe he probably just read it and felt like they were saying he got raped in the bathroom, and he probably felt like he spoke against that, and that was his truth. And maybe Cube was like, that's probably not even how that's not even how I wrote it, you know what I mean, or that's not even how it was supposed to be interpreted. But you know what I mean. So like I said, only reason I because aside from, I mean, I ain't gonna say aside from, there are a lot of things that Katt Williams said, even just the small things people talk about his coat, people talk about him running a 4.4, 4.3, things like that. Like all of this stuff was proven to be facts.
Right.
So with that being said, I just
wait. So that video, wait. That video of Katt Williams running, that was real. That
was real.
What?
Yeah, that was real.
That's
and then
crazy.
They have him in the scene where in Atlanta, that show Atlanta, where he was playing the alligator man, and he was running from the police, and he was running down the street. He was running super quick. So
okay, so this nigga got wheels then. Interesting.
Yeah, especially for his age. So and of course he said a lot of things. I think that he was trolling. Obviously, he was trolling about a lot of things in that interview. But I just, like I said, I think when certain people speak on certain things, and especially certain things like that, as far as like, oh, there was a rape scene, I don't feel like there was no need for him to even say that if there was no indication that, like I said, either that was his truth or that was actually what happened. So
true. And the last thing before we continue, I also think, bro, that movie could have been just as funny, just as popular. That entire scene, like y'all didn't even have to have that scene at all. Where I'm gonna say Terry Crews, so I forgot the nigga name that play in the movie. But when Terry Crews goes to the bathroom and tries to attempts to R-word Katt Williams, that entire scene, y'all could have, that movie would have had the same impact without that scene, by the way. So that's weird that they even added it, but let's continue.
Little discrepancy there. Katt, he wrote a lot of his part because, like I said, he was giving us jewels, so we were keeping the camera rolling. He was coming off the dome. He was coming prepared every day to steal the show. That was his mission. And, that's what he did, with the movie. And it launched his career, And I'm proud of the movie. I'm proud of all the guys who've, come through, a Q Vision production and went on to do bigger and better things. And look, a lot of people are talking about pay and how much they was paid on these movies that were extremely low budget. Most of these guys work a couple of days, and when you're doing a movie, there's over 100 people working on the movie that need to get paid. Most of them got to get paid every day. And there's pre-production and post-production. Even after you finish with the actors, you gotta pay editors and sound people. And my movies are all about quality, so most of the money go up on the screen. I'm not giving you no bullshit. I'm not giving you no uh, low budget, shit you can laugh at because it's so cheap. Um, so we try to put all the money on the screen, and so any actor that's mad at what they got paid, just look at what you was doing, look at where your career was at the time, take a look at where it is now, and Friday has something to do with that, I believe. And I put a lot of people in movies, but they ain't never put me in a movie. So you could take that for what it's worth. You know what I'm saying? I've given a lot of these guys opportunities.
Damn. Hey,
Yeah.
he right though, bro. He right though. Cube have been putting a lot of niggas. He have elevated a lot of niggas' careers off of Friday just because of the cultural impact that Friday has for the culture, bro.
Yeah.
Like it's so many careers created. Day Day, Mike Epps, Chris Tucker, a lot of people who have just exploded in their careers based off of these movies have Ice Cube got a lot to do with that. But I will say this though, when this is my criticism about him speaking on the pay. Of course, when a movie got a low budget, you don't expect to get paid. But the problem is with these Friday movies is the budget is low, but the revenue that they get from these motherfuckers is crazy. You know what I'm saying? I think the first I could be wrong on this dollar amount, fact check me, but the first Friday, I think revenue like 100 million or something crazy, right? And the budget for that movie was like $1 million or something, maybe under $1 million. It was a small amount of money. But so my thing with the pay, right? If the movie, you pay a certain amount, but if the movie is way more successful than it was planned, how about redirect some of that revenue back to the actors who made the movie? Just saying.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, and I will say this too, before we get off this topic, is that both Cat Williams and Ice Cube they don't, in neither one of their in what Cat Williams said and what Ice Cube responded to, they weren't bashing each other. So I don't even think that they were, this is something like where he's coming at Cat Williams. I think he just, is coming on here just to clarify, like I said, his truths.
For sure.
And also going to your point about the pay and his point about the pay, Cat Williams also has spoke about that, saying that, anybody who felt that they should have been getting more, things like that, like they should be ashamed of themselves, like, or, anybody who complains about the pay or whatever, because he talks about how he made enough money to be able to get his teeth fixed and things like that off of that movie. And he spoke highly of Ice Cube, which goes into my my point I wanted to make about, I don't think that when Cat Williams was talking about the script and things like that, I don't even think his discrepancy was with Ice Cube in particular.
Oh yeah, not at all. I never looked at it like that.
Yeah, so and then that's something that I was coming to realize, like listening to his response, I'm like, I don't even think that that's like actually listening to it now, like and then thinking back on Cat Williams' interview, I'm like, okay, I don't think he was even like dissing Cube, even in that, or the Friday franchise in general. I think he was just speaking on his personal experience going through that.
I agree. But shout out Cube. I just want to say thank you for watching the entire video. If you like what you just saw, click here for the full show or click here for another clip. Peace.